Hello, I'm Andy and this is my video blog. Today is May 3rd, 2014, and last night, overnight, I had a very slight nosebleed, just a little bit, sometime during the night. And how I knew this, how I came to know this, is when I woke up this morning, my daughter said, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" And I was like, "What's what? What's what?" She goes, "What's that? That?" And I had there's a little bit of dried blood right there. Anyway, when I looked at the mirror and figured out there was a little bit of dried blood and I must have had a nosebleed overnight, my first thought was, oh, my wife's pillowcase. I was afraid that I probably got a little bit on the pillowcase that I was sleeping on, and if you have a wife, or if you have a husband, or if you have anyone who co-owns sheets with you, you know that this is the first thought that can go through your head. Oh my gosh, what about the pillowcase? So I go upstairs and I look at the pillowcase, and there is a tiny mark, a little bit of that big, a little dot of blood on it. But, interestingly enough, the little dot of blood seemed to mix perfectly with the pattern that was already on the pillowcase. It was the same color as some of the other dots and flowers, and if you pulled back and looked at the case as a whole, it looked like it just belonged. I think that's just fascinating, because so many times in our life when something negative happens, when something like a bloody nose or pain or a breakup or a loss of job or any kind of small hiccup, our first instinct is to say, oh, the pillowcase. We're looking at how it's going to affect this idea of what we have, what we own, what we are. However, if we pull back and look at the overall pattern of our life, the tapestry of it, we might just find that small instance, that hiccup, that negative situation fits in perfectly with the overall tapestry, the overall pattern of our lives. And it's very amazing. So the next time something happens to you that you consider negative, like a small nosebleed in the middle of the night, instead of saying, "Oh my goodness, the pillowcase," pull back and take a look at it. Take a look at that instance in the midst of your entire life, and the pattern and the tapestry of your existence, and see if, just maybe, it fits perfectly.